Hello, Namaste, Adab, Sat Sri Akal. This is As Muhammad Khan and I welcome you with very interesting topic, that is, are various energy forms interconvertible? Means energy is changed from one form to another or not? This is one question from my side to you. Yes, you tell me. Yes, you are right. Energy is interconvertible. Means energy changed from one form to another form. Like the food that we take, that food give us the energy. And in this the energy changed. So the energy is interconvertible. Like when we switch on the bulb, then the electrical energy is changed into light energy. So what is it? It is the transformation or interconversion of energy. So we can say that the energy is interconvertible in nature, or it can be transformed from one form to another form. And due to this, we can give one law, or we can say one law, that is known as law of conservation of energy. According to this law, student, energy is neither be created nor be destroyed. Only it can be changed from one form to another form. Like if we raise an object in a particular height, then what we provide to that object, like this is one duster and I raise it in a height. Now what am I providing it? I am providing it potential energy with the help of this. Now when I remove my hand from this particular object or the duster, then it will fall down. And when it will fall down, then at that time the potential energy will be converted into kinetic energy, and it is known as the transformation of energy. So energy is inconvertible in nature. Now we come on the next point of this law of conservation of energy, that whenever energy changes from one form to another form, then the total amount of energy remains constant. Means it is not changed. Means the amount of energy is not changed. It remains constant. And it is known as law of conservation of energy. So like I gave you one example, that when we throw an object in a height, then it will fall down. At the time of free fall, it possesses the energy, and that energy is kinetic energy. Like this, potential energy and the kinetic energy remains constant. Means the sum of the potential energy and the kinetic energy remains constant. And if we put the formula of this here, then what we get, mgh plus half mv square is equal to constant. Is equal to constant. Like when we raise an object in a height, like this is one object. This is one object, and we raise it in a height. In a particular height we raise it. This is the object and it has the mass m, and we raise it in a height. It is the height, and height we represent with the h. So at this time, what we provide it? We provide it potential energy EP. And what is it? It is mgh. Now when the object will fall down, at that time the object will have ek, and what will be it? It will be half mv square, because when the object starts free fall from a height, at that time its initial velocity becomes 0. That's why the formula that we will get will be equal to half mv square. So in this case, there the potential energy and the kinetic energy remains constant, and this is known as law of conservation of energy. And in the simple language we can say it that energy is neither be created nor be destroyed, only it can be changed from one form to another form, and the total amount of energy remains constant, or it remains unchangeable, it remains same. So it is about the law of conservation of energy, student. Now we come on the next topic that is given in your book is power. Like many times you use your muscular power. So what is power according to physics, student? Yes, tell me. Oh, you are right. What is power? Power means the rate of doing work, or we can say the work per unit time is known as power. So what is the formula of the power here? Power is equal to, and power is equal to work upon time. It is the formula of power. Here the power is denoted by P, work is denoted by W, and time is denoted by small t. So it is the symbolic formula of power. Now we come on the unit of the power. The unit of the power is, what is the unit of the work, student? Joule. What is the unit of time? Second. Here the time is as denominator, so what we use? Joule per second. Joule per second is the unit of power, but this joule per second is known as watt. To give the honor to a great scientist who discovered the steam engine, James Watt, and to give the honor to that great scientist, this unit, joule per second, is also known as watt. And watt is denoted by W. So we can say that the unit, the SI unit of the power is watt, student. Watt. Many times you also speak na, मैं तेरी वाट लगा दूंगा. So what is watt? Watt means the unit of power, and this watt means this watt. If we speak, so 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watt. 1000 watt is equal to 1 kilowatt, student. And the commercial unit of energy. Now we will speak about the commercial unit of energy. What is the commercial unit of the energy? Yes, it is 1 kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour. Kilowatt hour is the commercial unit of energy, and 1 kilowatt hour is equal to 1 unit, student. And it is also known as Board of Trade Unit. That's why it is also known as BOT2. B for board, O for off, T for trade, and U for unit. So what is it? It is Board of Trade Unit, student. So it is the commercial unit of energy. And what is the commercial unit of energy? Kilowatt hour. And what is the general unit of energy? Yes, what is the general unit of energy? SI unit of energy? It is joule. And what is the commercial unit of energy? It is kilowatt hour. So you will learn it. It is the most important question. Generally it is asked in the competitive exam. So now we have covered the two topics. First is the law of conservation of energy, second is power. So you will try to clear these topics with the help of your book and try to do these concepts in your notebook. Thank you very much and have a nice day.